This person finally ashamed of what he did to you. My beloved child, I need you to listen carefully because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you see everything that happened. For years, you carried the weight of betrayal, thinking it was your fault, thinking you deserved it. But now, the truth has surfaced in the most unexpected way. The person who hurt you so deeply, the one who made you question your worth, is finally feeling the shame they never acknowledged before. And not in a quiet, hidden way, this is raw. This is real. From the very first moment, when trust was broken and promises were shattered, you stood tall even when your heart begged you to fall. You endured the silent gasps of disbelief, the cold glances that seemed to pierce right through you, and yet you moved forward. But imagine, just for a second, that very person sitting in a room alone, replaying every cruel action, every lie, every secret betrayal in their mind, and feeling it finally hit them like a wave that cannot be stopped. That is the moment we are going to explore today. Do you remember the night when everything seemed like it would collapse around you? When words were whispered in shadows, when loyalty was questioned, and when your own reflection seemed distant and unfamiliar? That night was not just painful, it was transformative. Because in that darkness, something shifted. The person who wronged you could no longer hide behind arrogance or deceit. They are trapped in the mirror of their own conscience, and for the first time, they cannot escape the truth. There is a peculiar kind of satisfaction in seeing the universe balance itself. You see, they thought the pain they caused would fade unnoticed. They imagined their actions would remain hidden, leaving you to carry the memory alone. But life has a strange way of exposing even the deepest secrets. And right now, that person is confronting every whisper of guilt, every shadow of regret. They are ashamed in ways they never imagined possible. Their pride, their carefully constructed mask, is crumbling. And here's the most shocking revelation: the impact of their shame is not just internal. It is visible. People around them notice the shift. Friends, family, even casual acquaintances sense something has changed. This is not a fleeting embarrassment, it is a fundamental awakening. For years, you suffered in silence, but now the one who caused that suffering is facing the consequences of their own choices. And as you watch from afar, or perhaps even feel it near you, there is a sense of justice that is both undeniable and breathtaking. My dearest one, there's a moment in every story when the truth hits like a storm you never saw coming. That storm has arrived for the person who hurt you. For years, they believed they could manipulate, lie, and evade accountability. But the moment of reckoning is here. And it is nothing short of devastating, for them, not for you. They are finally tasting the bitterness of their own actions, the weight of every tear they caused, every sleepless night you endured, every moment you doubted yourself because of them. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this: they are alone, in a quiet room that echoes with their own conscience. Every memory of betrayal plays in high definition. Every word they said to hurt you rebounds like a boomerang. And they cannot look away. They cannot stop the shame from rising, from twisting inside their chest, from making them confront a reality they tried so hard to ignore. This is not guilt that can be hidden. This is shame that burns. You may have wondered if they ever realized the depth of your pain. The answer is clear now. Not only do they realize it, they feel it in every corner of their being. They thought they were untouchable. They thought they could walk away without consequences. But now, every glance in the mirror reminds them of what they did, every sound of laughter outside reminds them of what they stole from you, every passing day amplifies the emptiness they created in your life. And they can do nothing to erase it. Here's the part that will shock you: the world around them begins to notice this transformation. Their colleagues, their friends, even strangers in fleeting encounters see it. The arrogance has vanished. The false confidence, the lies, the smugness, they are gone. All that remains is a person confronting the truth they once denied. And while they wrestle with this inner storm, you continue to rise, untouched by their shame but empowered by the clarity of truth finally revealed. And the most powerful revelation of all? Their shame is not fleeting. It is relentless. It follows them into every conversation, every encounter, every thought. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to demand justice. Life itself has delivered it. The person who caused so much heartache is now trapped in a loop of reflection, and the universe has made sure of it. The tables have turned, and the consequences of their actions are unavoidable. You watch, and you realize, sometimes the most profound revenge is the awakening of conscience itself. My precious one, have you ever felt the quiet satisfaction of watching truth unfold while remaining untouched by the chaos? That is where you are now. The person who hurt you is no longer hiding behind lies. Every secret they kept, every manipulation they executed, every moment they tried to diminish you, they are facing it all in the harsh light of reality. And for the first time, they cannot escape the consequences of their own making. Picture them now, desperately trying to regain control, but it's slipping through their fingers like sand. They replay moments where they doubted your strength, laughed at your vulnerability, and dismissed your feelings. Every memory is a ghost haunting them. Every interaction they thought harmless now carries the weight of shame. And the more they try to rationalize, the heavier the burden becomes. They are trapped in the echo of their own conscience, and there is no escape. You may wonder why this revelation feels so satisfying. It's because the universe has a way of balancing the scales. You endured pain in silence, held yourself together while they thrived on deception, and yet now, the world is witnessing a transformation they cannot deny. The power dynamics have shifted. You are not just a survivor, you are the witness to the awakening of their conscience, and it is mesmerizing to behold. Here is what makes it even more extraordinary: those around them are beginning to see the change. Friends notice the hesitation in their voice, the unease in their demeanor. Family senses the guilt lingering in their eyes. And even strangers feel the subtle tremor of accountability in the way they carry themselves. This is a person once filled with pride, now humbled by the consequences of their own choices. The shame is no longer private, it is evident to everyone who encounters them. And the most profound truth is this: their shame, their realization, their internal reckoning, it is irreversible. No charm, no explanation, no denial can undo it. They are forced to confront the reality they created, to feel the weight of the pain they caused, and to reckon with the truth of who they truly are. Meanwhile, you move forward with clarity, strength, and peace. The tables have turned, the hidden truths are exposed, and the person who once made you doubt your worth is now the one grappling with the consequences. And that, my beloved child, is a moment of power, of justice, and of undeniable awakening. My dearest soul, have you felt the subtle shift in the air when truth begins to demand attention? That shift has arrived for the person who wronged you. No longer can they hide behind excuses or hollow gestures. The actions they once justified, the lies they once whispered, and the betrayals they believed would remain buried, they are all surfacing now, and the weight of realization is crushing. Every thought, every memory, every fleeting smile is now shadowed by the unmistakable sting of shame. Imagine the scene: they sit alone, heart racing, mind replaying every incident where they underestimated you. Every cruel word they spoke, every trust they broke, every moment they thought you would crumble, they see it now in stark clarity. And with each recollection, the shame grows, unrelenting, unavoidable, inescapable. There is no one to blame but themselves, no secret place to hide, no story to spin. For the first time, they feel powerless in the face of their own actions. And here is where the unimaginable twist appears: their world begins to shift externally as well. Friends, family, even colleagues notice the difference. The arrogance is gone. The smug confidence replaced by hesitation and doubt. Their once unshakable presence is now fragile, trembling under the weight of conscience. People who once followed their lead now sense the truth: something has changed, something irreversible has taken hold. And while they struggle to maintain the facade, the reality of their deeds becomes increasingly visible to everyone around them. You, my beloved child, watch this transformation with a clarity only those who have been wronged can understand. You endured the pain, stood strong amidst betrayal, and now witness the very person who caused your suffering confronting themselves. There is a profound satisfaction in knowing that their reckoning is not superficial, it penetrates the core of who they are. Every moment of reflection brings the reality of what they did crashing down, and nothing can shield them from it. And finally, the most striking revelation: the shame they feel is not fleeting, it is permanent. It will follow them into every decision, every conversation, every solitary moment. They cannot rewrite the past, cannot erase the hurt, and cannot undo the consequences of their actions. Meanwhile, you emerge untouched, empowered, and clear-eyed, as the one who was wronged becomes the one facing the irreversible weight of truth. The balance has shifted, the revelation is complete, and the person who once held power over you is now bound by the undeniable force of conscience and accountability. My beloved child, there comes a moment when the universe itself seems to pause and witness the truth unfold. That moment is now for the person who wronged you. Every lie they told, every manipulation they crafted, every secret betrayal they believed would remain hidden, it is all unraveling. And the weight of realization is hitting them with a force they never imagined. They are finally seeing, feeling, and living the consequences of what they did to you. Picture them in solitude, a place once filled with confidence now echoing with doubt. Every memory of cruelty, every insult, every moment they tried to diminish your light, is now mirrored back at them in stark clarity. And as they sit with this truth, the shame is relentless. They cannot escape it, they cannot silence it, and they cannot hide from it. For the first time, they understand that what they caused cannot simply be undone, they are forced to confront it fully. But it doesn't stop there. The shift extends beyond their private torment. Those around them, the ones who once admired or overlooked their behavior, begin to sense it. Friends notice a hesitation, colleagues sense unease, family sees guilt lingering in their gaze. Their presence, once commanding, now feels fragile and uncertain. The people who ignored your pain now witness their reckoning, and the change is undeniable. Pride has crumbled, and with it, the facade they built to mask their actions. And for you, my child, this is a moment of clarity and empowerment. You endured in silence, moved forward despite betrayal, and now the very person who caused you pain is facing their own reflection. You do not need to confront them, the universe itself is ensuring the balance is restored. Every pang of shame, every sleepless night, every echo of regret belongs solely to them now. They are trapped in the consequences they cannot avoid, while you stand strong and untouchable. Finally, the revelation that will leave you breathless: this is not a temporary lesson for them. The awareness, the guilt, the shame, they are now permanent companions. Every choice they make, every word they speak, every glance in the mirror will remind them of what they did to you. Meanwhile, you continue forward with strength, clarity, and peace. The scales have shifted, the truth has been unveiled, and the person who once hurt you so deeply is now living with the undeniable weight of their own actions. This is justice, raw and powerful, and it is a moment you witness in full. My beloved child, there is a quiet power in watching someone finally confront what they once denied. That power is yours now. The person who betrayed you, who thought their actions would fade unnoticed, is now trapped in a storm of self-awareness. Every cruel word, every broken promise, every moment they sought to control you, they are now facing it in ways they never imagined. And the intensity of their shame is breathtaking. Picture them walking through their day, trying to maintain composure, yet every interaction reminds them of what they did. Every smile they encounter, every passing conversation, every fleeting glance triggers a wave of guilt they cannot escape. Their mind replays your pain like a relentless echo, and the shame grows heavier with each passing hour. No distraction can erase it. No excuse can soften it. The truth is unyielding, and it has finally found them. The extraordinary part is how visible this transformation has become. Friends notice the tension in their voice, family senses the hesitation in their movements, colleagues see the uncertainty that never existed before. Their aura of confidence, once unshakable, is now fractured and fragile. Every person around them begins to sense the change, and with it, the undeniable acknowledgement of the consequences they so long tried to evade. The shame is no longer hidden, it radiates in every gesture, every hesitation, every thought. And for you, my child, this revelation is a moment of empowerment. You bore the pain silently, rose above the betrayal, and now witness the universe itself orchestrating accountability. You do not need confrontation, arguments, or vindication. Life is ensuring that every action they took, every hurt they caused, is mirrored back to them in its rawest, most undeniable form. The scales of justice are no longer theoretical, they are unfolding in front of your eyes. Finally, the most profound truth: this is not temporary. The awareness, the guilt, the shame, they will remain with them. Every choice, every word, every glance at the past will remind them of the hurt they inflicted. Meanwhile, you move forward, untouched, empowered, and clear. The person who once controlled your world with lies is now controlled by the weight of their own conscience. The transformation is complete, the revelation is shocking, and the universe has ensured that justice, quiet, relentless, and undeniable, has been served. My beloved child, there comes a moment when the quiet power of truth becomes undeniable. That moment is now. The person who once sought to diminish you, to twist reality in their favor, is finally confronting the consequences of their actions. And the shame they feel is unlike anything they have ever experienced. Every memory of betrayal, every word meant to wound, every secret they believed was safe, it all comes crashing back, unfiltered and undeniable. Imagine them in solitude, heart racing, mind spinning, as the enormity of what they did settles in. Every instance where they doubted your strength, every insult, every manipulation, they see it all now. And unlike before, there is no deflection, no excuse, no hiding. They are forced to sit with the truth, and the weight of it is relentless. The shame is sharp, inescapable, and consuming. For the first time, they realize that some actions cannot be erased, some pain cannot be undone, and some truths cannot be denied. The ripple of this reckoning extends outward. Those around them, the very people who once ignored your suffering, begin to notice subtle shifts. Friends perceive hesitation, colleagues sense unease, family notices a newfound vulnerability. Their confidence, once unshakable, is replaced with doubt. Their presence, once commanding, now feels fragile. Every person they encounter becomes a witness to the consequences they once thought they could escape. The world itself reflects their shame back at them. And for you, my beloved child, this is a revelation of power. You endured pain, moved forward despite betrayal, and now watch as life delivers justice in the most profound way. You do not need to intervene. You do not need to confront them. Every pang of shame, every sleepless night, every reflection of regret belongs solely to them. The balance has shifted. The one who once hurt you is now trapped in a cycle of self-awareness and accountability, unable to reclaim the control they once wielded over you. Finally, the most staggering truth, this moment will stay with them forever. The awareness, the guilt, the shame, they are permanent companions. Every choice, every glance, every interaction will remind them of what they did to you. And yet, you continue forward, strong, empowered, and free. The person who once caused you pain is now consumed by the consequences of their own actions. Life has revealed the ultimate justice, raw, undeniable, and irreversible. This is the moment where truth prevails, and you, my child, emerge stronger than ever. My beloved child, the final pieces of this revelation are falling into place. The person who once hurt you, who believed their actions would go unnoticed, is now fully engulfed by the weight of truth. Every lie, every betrayal, every moment of manipulation, they are forced to confront it all at once. And this confrontation is more intense than anything they ever imagined. Their pride is gone. Their false confidence shattered. Only the stark reality of their deeds remains. Picture them trying to move through their day as if nothing has changed. Every word they speak, every glance they give, every interaction reminds them of the pain they caused. They replay your suffering in their mind repeatedly, unable to escape it. The shame they feel is not fleeting, it is relentless. Each passing moment deepens their realization. They cannot hide from themselves. They cannot rewrite the past. And with every heartbeat, the truth tightens its grip, making it impossible to ignore. The impact of this transformation reaches everyone around them. Friends sense hesitation, colleagues notice uncertainty, family witnesses guilt in its rawest form. Their aura, once commanding, is now fragile. Every person who comes into contact with them senses the weight of accountability pressing down. The universe itself seems to reflect back the consequences they so long avoided. And you, my child, remain untouched by their chaos, standing tall as the silent witness to this profound awakening. And here is the most powerful revelation: the shame is not temporary. It will linger, unrelenting, reshaping their every thought, every choice, every action. They will never be able to forget the moments when they wronged you. And yet, while they are trapped in their own reckoning, you are free. You are empowered. You are unshakable. The universe has restored balance, and the one who caused your suffering is now living with the undeniable weight of their own actions. Finally, my beloved child, know this: the ultimate justice is not vengeance. It is the awakening of conscience, the confrontation with truth, and the inescapable realization of what one has done. The person who once controlled your world with deceit and cruelty is now controlled by their own shame. And you, who endured, who rose above, who remained steadfast, you are the one who holds the power, clarity, and peace. The story is complete, the revelation undeniable, and the truth triumphant. My beloved child, now comes the moment that completes the journey, a moment where everything aligns, where truth, consequence, and realization converge. The person who once caused you pain is now facing the full reflection of their actions. Every deceit, every betrayal, every moment they thought they were untouchable, they are now confronted with it, relentlessly and unavoidably. And for the first time, they feel the depth of what they've done in ways words cannot describe. Picture them sitting alone, haunted by memories of the hurt they inflicted. Every smile they once faked, every word they twisted, every secret they buried, they come alive in their mind with vivid intensity. They feel it in their chest, in every breath, in every heartbeat. There is no escape. No distraction, no excuse, no denial can soften the blow of the truth. They are stripped bare, exposed to the undeniable consequences of their own choices. And yet, for you, my child, there is peace and empowerment beyond measure. You endured, you stood tall, you survived while they hid behind masks and lies. Now, life itself has served justice. You do not need confrontation. You do not need revenge. Every pang of guilt, every sleepless night, every second of reflection belongs to them. You are free, empowered, and clear-eyed, while they navigate the storm of conscience they can never calm. The most astonishing revelation is this: their shame is permanent. It will follow them into every decision, every conversation, every reflection of their past. and it will never be the same for them again. The world sees it, they feel it, and they cannot escape it. Meanwhile, you continue forward with strength, with clarity, and with peace. The balance has been restored. The universe has ensured that every injustice they caused is met with the weight of awareness, and nothing can undo it. Finally, my beloved child, understand this: the ultimate triumph is not in the fall of the wrongdoer, but in your rise. You have emerged stronger, wiser, and untouchable. The person who once inflicted pain is now consumed by the consequences of their own actions. And you, standing free and powerful, are the living proof that truth, patience, and resilience always prevail. The story ends, the revelation is complete, and the justice, quiet, relentless, and undeniable, is finally fulfilled. My beloved child, even after all that has unfolded, there is one final layer to this story, a truth so profound that it changes not only how you see them but how you see yourself. The person who hurt you, who thought their actions would fade into nothingness, is now fully aware of the depth of their wrongdoing. And yet, the greatest revelation is that their awakening highlights your strength in ways they could never diminish or replicate. Imagine them in a quiet moment, reflection pressing down like an unyielding tide. Every choice they made, every word they spoke, every attempt to control or belittle you, it comes alive with an intensity they cannot escape. The shame, the regret, the realization that they underestimated you, they feel it with a rawness that is almost unbearable. And no matter how they try to distract themselves, the truth follows them relentlessly. This is a reckoning that cannot be ignored. But here is the astonishing part: while they are consumed by guilt and self-realization, you continue to shine. You have survived every betrayal, every deception, and every painful silence. Your resilience, your courage, and your unwavering strength are now the mirrors in which they see their failures reflected. The irony is breathtaking: they once believed they had power over you, but the ultimate control now lies entirely within you. And those around them, friends, family, even strangers, notice the transformation. Hesitation, unease, subtle tremors in their demeanor, it's all visible. The person who once seemed untouchable is now fragile under the weight of conscience. Meanwhile, you are untouchable, elevated, and radiant in your clarity. Your journey of endurance has brought you not only freedom but undeniable power over the narrative of your own life. Finally, my beloved child, remember this: their shame is permanent, but so is your triumph. Every reflection, every thought, every fleeting regret will remind them of what they did. And every moment that passes, you continue to rise, untouched, powerful, and resilient. The balance has shifted irreversibly. The story is complete, the justice is served, and the ultimate revelation is that while they live with their own guilt, you live with strength, clarity, and the unshakable truth of your own worth.